unique situation in our world. Yes, the pandemic, COVID 19. Now, what? Now, how? Let me say how. Now, how does that impact? Yes, how does that impact your college considerations? Now that we are here, if you or maybe your student is considering going to college in 2021, I want to give you three things that you should consider. Yes, three things you should consider when going to college or making a college decision. All right. Welcome to the Kantis Simmons Show. Hey! Hey! Hey, what's going on? Kantis Simmons here. Hopefully this video finds you and your family blessed. Hopefully all is well in your household. You know, over the last 8 months, there have been a lot of different things going on. And I know as we progress to the end of this year, going into 2021, many of you, many of your students, many of your parents who are watching this, students who are watching this, you're considering, hey, what should I do about going to college in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of COVID-19? Well, I'm going to give you three things that I think that you should consider right now when making a college decision, right? Whether it's going into college, whether it is complete another degree, whether it is trying to figure out what scholarships you should take. Well, I want to break that down for you in this video. However, I also want to let you know that on November 21st, yes, in about a few weeks from this video, I'm going to be hosting a live training from A to Z, all on how to locate and land college scholarships. You know, one of the number one reasons students don't go to college is because of a lack of money or not having the resources. Or one of the number one reasons that a lot of students don't go back to college, or adults don't go back to college, is because of a lack of money. On November 21st, I am doing an all giveaway type of training from A to Z, how to fund the college education tuition bill, how to locate scholarships, how to apply. And if this is something that you would be beneficial for you, hey, simply go over to collegepaidinfull.com. It's going to be probably like a 3-hour training. collegepaidinfull.com. I'm going to break it down from A to Z. So if you or somebody you know could benefit from this training, hey, definitely have them go over to collegepaidinfull.com. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's jump right into it, right? What are the three things that I believe you should consider during this college and COVID season? Here's the first thing I want you to consider. Number one, I want you to consider your goals, right? And I'm speaking to students as well as even the parents, right? So what's the goal for your student? What's the goal for yourself, right? Why do you want to go to college, right? Do you want to go to college because you just want to get a degree? You want to go to college because help you get a job or go into a future career, right? You want to go to college because you want to get away from home, just keeping it real, right? But what are your goals? Now, when you think about college and COVID and the pandemic and different things going on, well, we've seen all across this nation how we have some students, you know, enrolled in virtual classes. We have some students who are some days doing virtual, some days in the classroom. We have some people who are going to class 5 days a week. Some people going to class 3 days a week, 2 days a week, right? But I want you to consider your goals. What is it that you want out of the college experience? I believe personally college, and specifically a college degree, gives and prepares you for options, prepares you for opportunities, right? But number one, I want you to consider your goals. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to major in? And also, looking into the future, where is it that you want to be? So number one, when you're considering college and COVID and the different things going on, and even particularly what schools you want to go to, number one, I need you to consider your goals. All right. Here's the second thing I want you to consider, think about, is communicating. Yes, over communicating with those that really matter, right? Students communicating with parents, parents communicating with students, so you guys can get on, yes, you get on board, you get into agreement to discuss the goals, to discuss, um, I remember when I was coming out of high school, I never really had a conversation with my mom and dad about what were their thoughts and their heartbeat for me going to college. I just thought that, I was raised in a middle class broke family, and I wasn't really sure if my mom and dad had the resources stored up to go to college because we never ever had that conversation. And because we didn't have the conversation, some kind of way in the back of my mind, I said, you know what, let me go find and figure out how to go to college, what schools I want to go to, as well as coming up with the money to do so. And then you've ever heard my story, 25 years in school, 3 college degrees, and I didn't pay a single penny. But after years of doing that and communicating with my parents, my mom and dad, they had some thoughts about me going to college. I had some thoughts. And, we've communicated after the fact, but the beautiful thing about it is this. Right now, today, you have an opportunity to communicate. Yes, communicate with those that matter. Now, another person that I want you to consider communicating with, or department or individual, is communicating with the college of your choice, the college of your desire. Right now, a lot of colleges have shifted, just like most of our world. And because they have shifted, I want you to take the time to communicate to figure out, hey, here's my goal. Here's what I want to do. Is your college the best choice for me to do that? Right? Not only consider or communicate their plans during the COVID season or their plans during the pandemic, but also communicate to see if your goals line up with their programs. Sometimes people pick a college because, the mom or dad went to that college, or they like the football team, or they think they have parties. At the end of the day, you just want to have a conversation. You want to make sure that there's a match, right? Your desires with their brand, their program. So at the end of the day, you are well prepared. All right. So number 2, make sure you over communicate, students with parents, parents with students, and together we are now communicating with the university to make sure that it is a match. All right. So number 1, consider your goals. Number 2, communicate, communicate, communicate. Number 3, count the cost. Yes, count the cost. Like I said, one of the number one reasons that I'm doing my college paid in full training is because I find that a lot of times, because of a lack of knowledge, people get into student loan debt traps. Sometimes individuals, because they don't know how to come up with the approximately $41,000 per year to go to college, right? Because we don't count the cost, right? We don't count the cost. And when we do understand the cost, sometimes it's too late. So what I want you to do, I want you to count the cost. Count the cost of going to a certain college and considering, hey, will this be an online degree program, or will this be an online semester? Maybe you're doing in classroom work or on the campus, or then you have the online classes. I want you to count the cost of all of that. I want you to count the cost where travel is concerned. One of my god kids, she's on a beautiful college campus in her apartment doing things virtually, right? Now, she's not in the classroom, but she has to count the cost of being across from the campus, but living in the dormitory. We're living in her apartment and still taking classes virtually. So you want to count the cost, you want to consider your goals, and you want to over communicate. All right. Listen, I just want to be able to help and serve you or somebody that you know when considering college. I know things have changed, things are uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, these 3 things will definitely be in place. Listen, I want to remind you and also really encourage you to sign up for this 3-day live training on November 21st, college paid in full. Again, I'm going to be breaking down the entire process, my college funding framework, showing you how to get access to the government's money, other people's money and even showing you what you need to do to use your money. Yes, to use your money when funding your college education. You know, at the end of the day, the students that I work with and the families that I work with, it's my goal to get them as much money as possible to help them through the process of being able to fund their college education. So if this is something that you can use or you know somebody that can use that, hey, have them go over to collegepaidinfull.com to register for this 3-day training. Listen, I'm Kantis Simmons, and I believe this will be your best school year ever. Hey, if you have any questions for me, hey, down below, leave me a comment, subscribe to this channel, share this with somebody, like it, and just let me know how I can better assist and serve you. Hey, remember this, only one game of life counts, and that's your A game. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.